CES is officially upon us, which means a week full of new product launches and big tech company announcements. Joining me to preview what NETGEAR has in store for the event is Patrick Lo, CEO of NETGEAR. Patrick, great to have you with us on the show today. So your show specifically started at 2 p.m. our time. What were you most excited to unveil at CES this year?
Well, definitely it's revolving around three technologies. First and foremost is continuing march of Wi-Fi into the new Wi-Fi 6E standard, which will significantly increase the capacity as well as speed of Wi-Fi at home. The other one is 5G, and clearly 5G is the connection of the future, both on the go as well as potentially at home when you don't have really good cable or fiber connections. Third one is to add on to these wireless technology is value-added services. We were actually honored by the Innovation Award honoree of our service, the Smart Parental Control, which is absolutely useful during this pandemic because most kids are at home learning. So those are the three things that we got most excited, and they were all quoted as Innovation Honoree Award.
Yeah, congratulations on that, Patrick. We talk about 5G a lot on Cheddar. We don't talk about Wi-Fi 6 as much. So if you could explain to our viewers, I understand it is, helping to make speeds faster when you have multiple devices connected, which is especially useful as people are working from home. What exactly are the latest innovations when it comes to Wi-Fi, and what can we look forward to for the next generation of Wi-Fi, for Wi-Fi 7, for example?
So to put it simple, from the prior Wi-Fi to go to Wi-Fi 6, the biggest thing is to increase the number of lanes that Wi-Fi could communicate with each devices and with the internet. Before Wi-Fi 6 comes along, there is only one lane on the highway, and we tweak it multiple times and doing this, doing that. We could maximum have about 3 lanes of traffic. But then once you go into Wi-Fi 6, then you actually would have up to 60 plus lanes of traffic. So significantly increase the capacity. And then when you go into Wi-Fi 6E, the analogy is basically you're going from a local into a freeway. So significantly the speed will be increased. The difference between Wi-Fi 6 and 6E is in 6E, you're given a freeway completely on your own to really go fast. This is the 6 gigahertz band, which was never available before for Wi-Fi. We used to have 2.4 gig and 5 gig. Now we're going up to 6 gig. Basically, you go from locals to freeways. So it is very important because we see the number of Wi-Fi devices in the house is getting more and more. As you can see in my background, all those lights as well as the shades behind me are all controlled by Wi-Fi.
Oh, very cool. Patrick, as you mentioned, we're so reliant on multiple devices now at home. Did this pandemic shift your focus at all for where you do want to innovate when it comes to Wi-Fi? I understand you have things like, parental controls that you've introduced because more and more kids are doing school from home. How has the pandemic kind of shifted your focus when it comes to your next step in innovation?
Yes, I think the most important shift, other than the most obvious, that we need to increase capacity, increase speed, and provide the protection for the kids, and give more control to the parents, I think it's the blurring of the line of office and home. So the line used to be, at home, you're mostly consumer oriented, while in the office, it's mostly, commercial. The two are getting merged together. So a lot of new requirements that did not exist before at home is now getting more and more urgent. So we see this is really, important going forward. There are many things such as failover. I mean, when you're at home, okay, if you cannot play a game for 5 minutes, that's okay. All right. But going forward, because you're working from home, I mean, stopping connection to the office for 5 minutes or with your customers is not okay. So failover should be a very important thing. The second thing is that, now you would like to connect with your colleagues as well as your offices as one big network as if you were all working in the office. So another service that's important is to making what we call a virtual private network among all the work from home, colleagues as well as the office. So those are some of the things that we see progressing very rapidly, is blurring the line between homes and offices.
All right, good to hear. Patrick, thank you again for your time today. That's Patrick Lo, CEO of NETGEAR. Thanks again.